Hello out there in YouTube land. I am Tiffany and I'm back to share with you some Tiffany's tips this week. So today I'm going to talk to you about my 4 reasons why I feel as though formula feeding works. If you haven't checked out my blog from last week, I posted a blog about this. I also have gone over reasons why I think breastfeeding is great, and I've also gone over challenges that come with breastfeeding as well. So if you can, go out and go check out my previous videos and also check out my previous blogs. My little sidekick is here with me today. And if y'all hear some noise in the background, it's just the girls. They're running around and having fun. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. This week was our first week back at work and back at school. The girls are doing virtual learning because they've decided not to open the schools here yet, not for the first semester. So we've been trying to get, that down as far as figuring out like our routine and helping them get adjusted to the online learning, because they literally have a real live schedule this year. Like, well, not this year, because they were in school in March, but now they're back from summer break. But when they were starting to go to school in March, it was just like maybe like an hour a day they would have to do work because they weren't really sure how everything, how the system and everything was going to go. But now they're literally in school from like 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon online. So we're just trying to get that worked out. And I had to go back to work this week, and I was super nervous because I didn't know how baby girl was going to do. But when I dropped her off at our babysitter, she did great. She was giggling and talking, and she had a really good, first day. So she's been doing really, really good. So that made it really easy for me to be able to go to work and be relaxed. I didn't cry, which is a plus because I thought I was going to, but I didn't. So I'm going to talk to you today about my 4 reasons why I feel like formula feeding works. My oldest daughter is going to be 17 this year, which is crazy to say that I have a 16-year-old. That's so weird, but she's going to be 17. When I was 18, I had her. And to be honest, I was not thinking about breastfeeding. That was the furthest thing from my mind. I was like, oh my God, why would I want to do something like that? Like, no, I was not going to do it. So we chose to do formula feeding, and it worked well for us, because I wasn't sure, about, like I said, I wasn't sure about breastfeeding, and I chose to formula feed, and it did really well. The only issue that we did have, excuse me, the only issue that we did have was trying to find a formula that wasn't really hard on her belly, because she was having issues digesting some of them. So we had to go through like maybe 2 or 3 before we found one that really worked for her. But for the most part, she did really well. She got all the nutrients and everything that she needed from the formula. She's taller than I am. Not to say that I'm really tall, but she's healthy. She's a healthy girl. So she got everything that she needed from the formula. So my number 1 reason why I feel like formula feeding works is because it's very convenient, okay? You don't have to worry about time. You don't have to worry about location. You don't have to worry about whether someone's going to be able to help you feed your baby. And that allows you a lot of freedom that breastfeeding does not allow you to have. If you're just exclusively breastfeeding, that means you're going to have to be the go-to person. So unless you're pumping milk and you have other people help you, then, you don't have that option. So formula feeding is very, very convenient, and it allows you to still have the freedom and allows you to have time to do things that you want to do, which is a plus. My number 2 reason why formula feeding works is because your diet. We are still struggling with this diet, y'all. I've cut out foods, I've added foods, I've done so much since I'm breastfeeding with this little person here, and she still gets really gassy sometimes. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But if you decide to formula feed, you don't have to worry about that, okay? You don't have to worry about cutting out anything from your diet. You can eat whatever you were eating beforehand. If you were drinking, you can do that. You can do whatever it is that you need to do without really worrying about anything affecting your little one, because they're going to be drinking strictly formula. And so that's a plus in that department also. Nighttime feedings. So with nighttime feedings, you do have to get up and you do have to mix the formula and all that good jazz, but you can also mix the formula and you can pass that bottle right on to your partner, or you can, get somebody else to help you feed the baby while you go back to sleep and do it, or what you need to do, right? With breastfeeding, you can't do that. You've got to get up, you got to make sure baby's good, you got to feed her. No, you can't take your breast off and give it to somebody else to, get someone else to help you feed the baby at night. So nighttime feedings, if you're formula feeding, that is also a huge plus, okay? Supply. You don't have to worry about supply. I know that, and that's my number 4 thing. I know that sometimes a lot of moms have problems with their breast milk supply and making sure that they do have enough breast milk pumped, or if they're producing enough. Sometimes they'll have to do things like drink, is it mother's milk or something to that effect? There are different teas out there that you can drink that's supposed to help you with your breast milk supply. But if you're formula feeding, you don't have to worry about that. You can go to the store and you can just buy however many things of formula that it is that you need. Of course, it is a little expensive, and that's a con, and I will talk to you about that in my next video. But you don't have to worry about supply. You don't have to worry about pumping enough. You don't have to worry about having enough. You can just go to the store and get whatever it is, that you need. And like I stated before, there are some programs that help you if you are having, financial issues with as far as purchasing your formula. There are some government assistance programs. They have WIC, I know of. I think food stamps also covers formula as well. So if you are having, some issues when it comes to buying and purchasing your formula, just know that there is help out there. In case you didn't know, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, baby. So yeah, those are my top 4 reasons why I felt like formula feeding works. On my next video, I'm going to talk to you about the cons of formula feeding, because like I stated before with my breastfeeding videos, I don't feel like it's fair to just say all these great things about one way and not tell you about the cons of of it as well. Please check out my website at www.tipsforwellness.com. It is a beautiful day outside. Hopefully I'll get a chance to go outside and enjoy it. Looks like it. Oh, there was some wind blowing. It's not blowing anymore. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to ask me, leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. If there's a topic that you want me to discuss that I haven't touched on yet, please feel free to, ask me, say, hey, what do you think about this? Or how do you feel about that? And I will definitely do a blog on it and do a video on it. With that being said, I hope you all have a great weekend. My little sidekick here is getting a little antsy. So we're going to sign off now. Thank you again for watching. Have a great weekend.